Good evening and welcome to this episode of What Happened in COTA. We are behind track limits, so I hope you enjoy.
Me, bitch. That's going to be a great podcast for any Mercedes fans tonight.
Yeah, guys, we need to rein it in, okay?
Yeah, me and Ellie don't want to be biased just because we're Red Bull fans and that. We're just...
Max.
Okay, I'll join in because I can't for the life of me stand Mercedes. It's okay.
Really?
I don't like
Oh, we're on to a winner here.
them. God, I'm sorry.
Guys,
McLaren.
welcome to Behind Track Limits podcast, where we just speak about Red Bull. And how much we love Max Verstappen and Checo and Alex Albon.
Yeah. Checo is like, I think Checo is up there with like where Daniel used to be at Red Bull, you know.
Can we just talk about his dad? Oh my god, I've missed his dad.
He's so
He's
precious.
so cute. Oh,
Love that.
it was
Yeah, that
amazing.
was so cute.
To be honest, I was like, who is that? Like, he's a bit. He looked very young. Like, do they all come like that in Mexico? Because I think I might need to.
Go to the Mexican Grand Prix.
I think I might need to go to Mexico. But yeah.
You know, it was such a kindergarten this weekend because Toto Wolff, after qualifying, didn't join the German TV station for his interview. He just didn't want to. He was
Why?
pissed off. He sent somebody else. He
What
didn't
do you-
want to join.
What do you have over there? Is it just like German Sky Sports, like
Yeah.
F1, but like obviously we've got
we have
like
the
Martin
same like
Crofty and that.
Sky F1. We have that just in German. So sometimes
okay.
we listen to your interviews and to your guys interviewing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like a crossover between, because I see like the Italian F1 team, like Sky F1 team, with the woman like going up and down all the time.
Yeah, we have those. We have like one woman and two guys.
Isn't it
Ralf Schumacher? Yes.
Schumacher? Yeah.
Yeah. He's so not funny. He tried to be funny. But no.
What about Mick
Like
yesterday? What he did?
Checo's drink system wasn't working, right? And then
Yeah.
The Red Bull slogan is Red Bull gives you wings. And he was like, yeah, well, now he's losing not only his strength in the car, but he's also losing his wings. And I'm like, shut up. You're not funny. You're just not funny. Just no.
Oh no, that's funny because it's not funny at all.
Yeah, he tries. He tries so hard. He's just not.
That's just not it. Oh,
Wow.
and I thought ours can be weirdly weird, but oh,
Trust. The German guys also they always get something wrong and then they talk about coffee all the time. So it's very funny.
Valtteri Bottas and his espresso that he has.
Yeah, well, they always just order coffee and then the coffee comes in and then they talk about their coffee and not about the race and then okay.
Oh no, they literally shoved microphones in everybody's faces. Like yesterday, who was it? Oh, it was Adrian, because he hasn't been at half the races from Red Bull. Like he designs all the cars and that. And they literally seen him and they were like, just shoved a mic in front of him.
not great, is it? You should be like, hi Adrian, can we have a word? Like,
No.
I said
Don't have time for that.
about
Yeah.
him. It was nice to see him back. I wonder where he went.
I think he had an accident.
Yeah,
yeah,
he was injured. I saw that he was like he had a few operations and was in a hospital for a few weeks.
I wonder if that's why Red Bull dipped a little bit and then they kept straight back up as soon as he came back.
Did they tell you also that like Mercedes said they had such a bad weekend and they weren't on it the whole weekend? And I was wondering where that was coming from because they were a second quicker on Friday than Red Bull. And then suddenly they were not on it this weekend. I was very confused.
They did quite well. Like, I'm not being, how can you take P2 as a bad weekend when obviously you made your other driver take a penalty. Like, I don't really know what they expected from that.
I don't know. I was also very confused by that.
I feel like they're just trying to play the victim, if that's how you'd put it. Like, they don't have like the best weekend, so they're like, oh my god, like we just like weren't our best this weekend, but
they did well though yesterday. I don't understand how people say that they didn't, because if you think about it, yeah, Lewis finished where he started, as he was P2 on the Saturday. Like, he pulled like a mega qualifying, and Max just did it, and Perez as well. Like, they just out-qualified him. He did such a good lap, and on Saturday it's going to be Lewis's day. And then obviously yesterday, with Valtteri having the 5-pace grid penalty, and I think their engine reliability might have got to Toto maybe a little bit, because you spoke about that as well yesterday, saying like you don't know the facts, etc. So on Saturday, so nobody actually really knows what's going on with that. So I think they're expecting Lewis to take another one, but when, we don't know. But even like Valtteri had a good day, and they're still ahead in the Constructors' Championship. So I don't understand. And Lewis gives it everything, because those final 2 laps were sensational.
Yeah, he was so quick.
I think if Max didn't have the DRS after Mick Schumacher, then I think it would have been so a lot closer than we thought.
Yeah,
because it kept on going over the second mark, then the DRS closed. That's the zone ending, because there's only how many DRS points is there, Cota? Not that many. So yeah,
I think there's one on the back straight.
Yeah,
is there 2?
There's 2.
Yeah, 2.
That's what I mean. So you've only got essentially 2-3 laps to kind of get that DRS into gear.
Yeah, and
but
they
did you
DRS advantage?
Did you hear what Mick Schumacher said after the race? He said that he kind of gave Verstappen the DRS on purpose, because he held him up before. So I was like, okay, maybe you shouldn't have said that now, but thank you.
There's a few drivers that have done that though. Fernando Alonso did it. Mick Schumacher's now done it. I feel like they all don't want Schumacher's record to be broke.
Yeah, me too. I like it. It can stay that way.
Yeah, I want Schumacher to keep his tight with his record, because back then, like when you put it in hindsight, like when Schumacher won his titles, they were all very, very close championships, and obviously Max and Lewis are in a league of their own, but I liked it when there was more people involved.
Yeah.
But is what it is, I guess. But I'm excited to see how this plays out.
It's going to go down to the wire, isn't it? We'll all be sat there at Abu Dhabi. We just, I can feel it. I think the next, obviously there's a break now for like a week, and then the triple header, and then I think it's who has got the nerve through the triple header. Because I thought yesterday there was a point where they were speaking to Lewis, and they were like, "You've got 6 seconds." That's the time they've kind of managed. And I was thinking Lewis can easily pull that back. I was like, I think Red Bull have done it too early, because Max had to go 3 laps extra on these tyres. And I was like, I'm not too sure if Max is going to do this. Like, put literally pedal to the floor and go for it. I was thinking, no, he's not going to do it. That's how tight it is. So I think whoever literally pulls that trigger first is going to win the championship. Both of them. Yeah.
Brazil's very suited to Red Bull as well. It's very suited to their car. So let's just hope that stays that way.
Yeah. I was surprised that they did not crash yesterday. I was convinced.
Yes.
I was convinced that they were going to crash. On Friday, I was like laying on the couch. I didn't have any plans, so I watched F1 in the evening, and then I looked away, And then I looked at the screen and they were both wheel to wheel in practice. And I was like, what is happening? I was like, okay, that's going to be a fun weekend.
Yeah, and I thought that as well. I thought Friday, I think they've both played it really cool. Like, I really think they have. I don't think they've let anything get in their strides. And I think now it's fight till the end, and you've got to do what you've got to do. And I think Lewis was well within his rights to do what he did. And I think when they went into turn one, why did Max pull across? There was no need. He should have just gone straight. But I understood it just to continue around the apex, hit the apex first. But I don't think it mattered, because I think Lewis would have still got there anyway, because his reaction time was so much better. So I think Max lost out a large margin in that first corner.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Max
Because normally Max points his car, doesn't he?
Max lined up dead straight, didn't he? He was going to go out around the outside.
Yeah.
He wasn't lined up as it's like got wheel to wheel,
Probably.
which was probably a playing factor. But yeah, it was really good. But like, if we remember correctly, it's not impossible to hold out on tyres, because Lewis made it to the finish line with one that was punctured and was literally hanging off the edge of the thingy. It's crazy.
Yeah. But even Lewis, like, I don't know, but he said on the radio, like, Toto spoke to him and like was like, Lewis, you're driving for the win now. And he was like, yeah, leave me alone, leave me to it. And I was like, whoop. And that was like halfway through the race, so it's not in those last few laps where he was really chasing him. So it's like, well, what's going on now?
At the start, Lewis was like, he's too quick for me, but he was still 2-3 seconds behind. So we could obviously see him in his rear mirrors that Max was on the charge. But I think that's I think you've got to do everything. But I think Max just outclassed everyone yesterday. I thought the team's decision, the way the team handled it over the weekend, they were on the back foot on Friday. Max didn't have the greatest of sessions, and I think he's just got to move along, and I think everybody else has as well. But I was very impressed with Vettel yesterday. He come from literally at the back of the grid, and he was just going for it. I thought, go on, fair play to you.
Yeah, it was really good.
I hope Aston Martin do better next year, because instead of last year, I hope that he can get a win or something. Like, he's already got a podium this year, so like hopefully he can take a win this year. Not this year, next year.
Next year, not this year.
Next year, it's not going to happen.
I think they'll be a lot closer. I think it will be a lot closer, especially with these regulation changes. But who knows? Time will tell when this new car appears. When's testing? Is it February?
I think so. Is testing still in Spain?
Yeah, 3 days in Spain and 3 days in Bahrain.
Yeah. And then it's the race weekend after, isn't it, in Bahrain? No, usually.
Yeah.
March. So, it's the start. I think it's the 4th of March. Don't quote me on that. It's the start of March, though, I think.
Big season at 23 now. Been announced. So it's another long season ahead. I feel like it's gone on forever though. But I've enjoyed every single minute of it, and I think everyone's enjoying it a bit more. Even if you don't like Formula One, you have to be interested in just watching this, because how it's unfolded, it's insane.
You're only going to see it once, and I think we're very lucky that we're watching a sport where something as magical as the rivalry between Max and Lewis is happening. Like, this is, it might not be the same next year. Like, there might be more people involved, but this year, two drivers going head to head.
Yeah, we did not have that for a long time.
No, was it 2016? Was it Vettel that pushed Lewis? That was probably the only thing, really.
Was 16 Rosberg?
Rosberg, it must have been 17. Must have been after the year after. Sorry, but that's probably the only thing that has been pushed of Seb and Nico. Nico knows more than anyone, and he's openly spoken about it time after time. So he knows what it takes.
Yeah. What else?
You know what was funny as well? The Alpine and Michael Massey.
Yeah.
That was so funny. So, can you overtake on the outside? No, you
No.
cannot. But Raikkonen just did it. No, it's not okay. It was so funny.
So, and then he was like, so it is okay. And then Michael was like, no. But
he was just like, it seemed like he was like, just shut up. You know it's not okay. I've seen it. Just get on with the day.
yeah. I feel there was no point in even talking to Michael Massey because it's not like Michael Massey does the penalties, it's the stewards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't even know
Because
what
what was
getting
it?
at that.
What was it on yesterday when it was literally like the final lap and obviously Mick was in the way and Max said on the radio, like, tell Michael, and they're like, no, you're on about Mick, and we were like, no, it's on about Michael Massey to get the stewards to tell the officials to get the blue flags out.
But it all came into favour anyway.
Yeah.
So
But that was
Mick to thank
tense.
for that.
It was really tense.
I
Like
know.
I was slowly falling asleep. And I can't fall asleep now.
Yeah. I was actually sat in my room and I was like,
Yeah, literally. I watched it
Yeah.
till the very end. Like, I had to hear everything that went on. I think I must have gone to bed about 12 o'clock. And I was like, oh, maybe should I watch the highlights again?
I was so
So
done
good.
after the race. I watched the podium, and after that I was like, yep, off to bed. I need sleep.
Oh, did anyone notice that even with Lewis stood on the second place podium, that Shaquille O'Neal was still taller than him?
Yeah,
So
he was
funny.
like impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I quite liked Kota. I'm very impressed with Kota again.
Yeah.
Very, very
Yeah.
impressed. I think it's like a full-on show, like a show. Like Monaco's quite nice, and obviously you've got like Spa, which is like one of the world-renowned ones, like just for the track, and then obviously Silverstone, which is a bit of a party as well. But there's this, and obviously Zandvoort now can be added into that, and now this full-on extravaganza, and everybody could walk down the pit lane and on the grid now and speak to everyone. I was like, I miss people talking to people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's also a very nice track.
Yeah.
Like I like watching it. I liked seeing them fly around the corners. Like, yeah, that was
really good.
it was just great.
Is that a bumpy track because obviously Pierre Gasly has suspension gone?
Yeah.
Didn't it? So yeah, this is because obviously apparently it's really bumpy and they've tried to level it out, but obviously not leveled it out enough. And apparently it was quite bumpy. I think they had like MotoGP there as well, and I think a lot of the racers complained.
Yeah.
I think they tried to level it out.
On Friday there were so many in practice. There were so many cars where something was loose.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
so I
something's gone
think
underneath,
that's come from the bumpy track. It was
Yeah.
but they managed it, and now it's off to Mexico.
I can't wait for Mexico. It's my birthday Grand Prix.
Oh my god. What's your wish? Let me guess.
We should let our viewers guess what my birthday wish is for Mexico.
Yeah.
If
So,
you are
listeners
listening,
of Behind Track
please
Limits,
comment.
guess what Kate's birthday wish is for the Mexican Grand Prix.
Comment
Down below.
Comment down below.
Pop us a message. Let us know.
I'll literally be sat at my party and watching the Grand Prix. I'll be so rude. I'll be like, do not talk to me. The Grand Prix is on.
No, is it really bad? So I had hosted like my girls' night here on Saturday night, and they were on about going to somebody else's house. I was like, no, like come round mine. Like as soon as it hit 9 o'clock qualifying time, that was on. And I could hear the music playing, then I had it on really low, and I was like, listen to the TV, and they were like, Ellie, you okay? I was like, yeah, fine, just enjoy myself.
Fine, I'm having the time of my life.
Fine. Watching Daniel Ricciardo. I was like, absolutely having a great time.
Daniel Ricciardo was just great this weekend.
Absolutely.
He just gets better and better.
And
Yeah.
also, I think now it might have clicked. Like some weekends it hasn't clicked for him, and I think it might be track specific for him because he does like being at Kota. So I think it kind of clicked because obviously he outraced Norris for like, what was it, the second time or something this season. So yeah, only for like, the second time, which is great for him. And I think he just wants to be a bit more confident. And I think going into next season, I think he'll have a bit of a fight on him.
Yeah, I was very surprised, but it wasn't Lando's weekend.
No.
But it wasn't Lando's weekend last weekend as well. What's happening?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not the car because he absolutely loves it, and it's not his pace. I think maybe other cars have got extra added pace and they've got the additional packages now to improve it. And I don't know if McLaren have, and I don't know if they've got the budget or whatever, or if he's due an engine change again, which might be a grid penalty. We don't know. We don't know this. So, yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. But I think with McLaren, they'll definitely be focusing on next year's car because they really don't want to end up where they were a few years ago, where they couldn't even get in the top 10.
Yeah, I think it's the same at Haas as well.
Yeah, with Haas, 100%. But I also think maybe with Norris, maybe he's a bit in his head. Like he said in the interviews that he's overpushed the car. Maybe he just, after Sochi, maybe he's a bit like, I don't want to make any more mistakes. I just want to show everyone that I'm a great racing driver. So maybe he's a bit in his head and just needs to drive and not think.
Yeah, I agree. But it's easier said than done, really.
Of course. It's like this with we know it as well.
Yeah.
Like if you put pressure on yourself, then you won't get it done so easily if you would just do it.
Yeah. But
even like with George tried over the weekends, and unfortunately, obviously, he had to take the penalty for his engine, but the car didn't really have much pace. But then again, that's another Mercedes engine in there. So I think now they have to talk about the reliability because what's that? That's Aston Martin have got one, McLaren, and then obviously Williams and obviously Mercedes as well. So there's 4 teams on that grid. Potentially Alpine.
Is Alpine a Mercedes engine? Because both of their cars were retired this weekend. Or was it only one?
Yeah, because they had a broken
both of them
wing.
retired.
Yeah, broken wing.
Oh yeah. Maybe,
do they not have any more wings? Oh wait, which wing are we talking about? The front wing or the
back one?
Did they not have any spare wings? Blonde moment.
But yeah, there's going to be something wrong with that engine, and I think only the data will show because they were doing something on Friday with Lewis's engine.
Yeah,
so I don't know. I think it's down to this engine thing. I think that's going to be the deal breaker for the next 5 races. It's still such a long way to go.
Do you think Lewis will take another engine penalty?
I think he has to. He's only taken the ice, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he's going to have to at some point.
I don't know.
But that would make me sweat. If I was Toto Wolff, that would make me lose sleep.
I think that's why he doesn't want to speak about it. That's why he literally openly said on Saturday, wasn't it, after qualifying, or was it after free practice on Friday? He definitely mentioned something to do with the engine because there was a lot of talk about it. And then obviously Valtteri had to take the engine penalty. So I don't know.
I personally think they just take Valtteri like, try this. Lewis can't try it. You try it. You take another engine penalty. We have to try this. Yeah, he's just... Did you see what he posted on Instagram again?
Is it Valtteri with a load of engines behind him?
No. Like after his time at Mercedes, Valtteri Bottas is going to open his own engine shop. And it's like him in a little shop with all the engines. And I think he's so funny.
Oh, would you like a Honda engine today? I can't put it in the back of my car, but she can in yours.
Wait, maybe. Yeah, here it is. Wait. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. I think it's so funny.
Oh, but do you remember when Valtteri posted on his Instagram him with a load of engines? I thought
Yeah.
that was funny. Like,
I
I
think
wonder
you've
if
got to laugh.
Mercedes had anything to say about that, because that's quite funny.
Oh my, did you see what whoever runs the Mercedes admin, social media admin, I think for me, that is the winner of the social media championship, because it was so funny. They had a Mercedes car. I can't remember what model it was.
I saw
and
it.
it was, and it had, because Red Bull is obviously so big in America, they had Red Bull branding on, and obviously the 33 for Max. Yeah,
that?
there it is. And they
Wait.
were like, we've got news, we have signed Max for next year. Like, honestly, yeah, that's the one.
Yes.
Yeah.
They were like, Max to Mercedes confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. I don't know if you would have known. You would have known.
They're very funny.
But a few years before Max signed to Red Bull, Mercedes actually wanted to sign him to their academy, but he wouldn't come into Formula One until I think it's 3 years later, or like he might not have made it at all. But Red Bull were the ones to offer him to come straight into F1 from I think it was F3. And then obviously he signed with them, and I think Mercedes lost out on that one.
Yeah, that was the best decision of his life. He's now
Yeah,
being
what?
Christian Horner's son.
It's like
I'm sorry. It's just you can't convince me that Christian Horner does not have a light up poster of Max Verstappen over his bed.
Although
I don't think Jerry would be very happy with that.
No, I am a little bit
Don't think he
disappointed that
cares.
he's not doing Drive to Survive. Although I can understand why he's not doing it, because I think he wants all his focus on this. I understand, because I think what last time in the series he only said what, like, hi, I'm Max, I race for Red Bull. I think that was it. That's all he said, wasn't it? And then you didn't really see him. But obviously they're going to show what happens, but I don't think it'll be him speaking about it like you see the likes of George, Orlando and Daniel. They follow them, don't they, specifically? So yeah.
I
think we will still get a lot of drama, and I'm here for it.
I'm surprised Lando and Carlos haven't done the same thing, especially with the way that they treated Carlos and Lando's friendship. They made it out to be like it was so bad.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. Like, it was the one where in the podcast, the series, and it was like Lando kicked, or Carlos kicked Lando or hit him with a chair or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, just go to Ferrari already. Like, that's just a joke. Like, it's nothing serious. Even though he was going to Ferrari. But I don't know, like, it's not a true representation of the sport, in my opinion.
No, you have to take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, but that's what they were saying. Like, I think it has certainly opened doors to so many new fans, and especially with, like, obviously Netflix being in America. I think that's why, like, Coke was so big over the weekend, and they have 400,000 people or something, like, over the whole weekend. That's just unheard of, especially for a sport that isn't essentially American, because obviously they're known for, like, IndyCar and NASCAR, but that's about it. And obviously now they've got this Formula One, like, love that has come out from nowhere, and I think it's spun out from Drive to Survive, and they made that very clear, like, over the weekend as well. So
yeah, well, I can understand it, because just imagine the times you have to get up to watch the race. Like, I can understand if you want to get into the sport and then you have to get up at like 6 o'clock every weekend to watch it because it's in Europe. I can understand it's a bit difficult to really, like, develop a passion for it. But I think Drive to Survive really helped.
There's talk of it, like, moving from like Netflix buying out Sky Sports and, like, doing it all themselves. Like, I don't really like that idea. I like it being with Sky Sports, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine watching a race on Netflix.
Neither. It just doesn't seem
No,
right.
yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. But I found the concept with watching the football on Amazon Prime a bit strange when it started.
I just wanted to say that was really weird.
I just found it very odd because they've had to change all the times. Like now it's like really weird kickoff times, and that would never have happened usually. So I don't know. I just find that concept a bit weird. But
yeah.
Well, Ellie, aren't you a Man United fan?
Yeah, don't even.
It wasn't a good weekend, was it?
Absolutely not. I went on Wednesday night, right, and I injured myself. So when obviously we were really struggling on Wednesday night, it was awful. And then obviously we came back. Ronaldo scores the winner. I literally launched myself out of my chair. I went with my friends, and she literally had to hold me back. I smashed into the chair in front, and now like I got the biggest bruise, and I've just felt like it was all for nothing after yesterday.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
I had a brilliant time on Wednesday night. I think they did very well for the comeback, but yeah, me yesterday were not. And then I heard Max speaking about it. He was on about the football. He was saying that like they destroyed Man United, and I was like, yeah, thank you, Max. I think it's because he's friends with like one of the Liverpool players. So
yeah, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold. I saw the video of, I think it was him and Robertson in the car, and Robertson asked him, "Oh, like who's your like most famous like contact outside football?" And he went, "I think it's Max Verstappen."
Oh yeah.
I
haven't seen that. I'll have to watch that. But yeah, thanks for bringing that up, guys. Really appreciate it.
I think your manager's on the way to the job centre, but hopefully
it's gonna be a long week for us all. Oh well. And what made me happy though yesterday, obviously we had such a bad time at the football. I was like, at least the F1 is on, so I can literally like kind of pump myself back up again. And I enjoyed that.
Compensate.
That's what I mean. It just compensated my whole day out, like whole afternoon. So I was like, thank you to F1. Thank you, Kota, for putting it on at 8 o'clock in the evening. What is it next week? At Mexico? Is it 7 o'clock?
Mexico at 7 o'clock.
I think it's at 7 o'clock, that one. So yeah.
I'm so
That's
excited.
nice. That's better. Maybe I'm not struggling as much then.
Oh yeah, because it'll be 8 o'clock for you. So yeah.
I forget you're an hour ahead. Sometimes I think just because you live over the ocean from me that you're like 7 hours in front of me.
No. Can you imagine?
I know.
Well, thank you for all tuning in to Behind Track Limits podcast. Join us again next week. Thank you.
Bring the action.